Hey there folks, these are the hands of me, Dan Brown from Sort of Interesting, and we have here a Walker's Notebook. This is by A. Wainwright, and I believe off the top of my head that is Alfred Wainwright. I've got one or two of his other books as well, and basically Alfred Wainwright was a very keen walker, I suppose you can say, who wrote a lot of guidebooks and little things like this, and well, you'll see in here did these fantastic line drawings, which I really do like them because they give me a good sort of sense of Lord of the Rings and that type of style somehow. But basically, this book here is a walker's notebook, as the title suggests, and it's basically page after page filled with this simple form layout of, well, set up to record any walks that you do. So you've got start location, dates walked, start time, finish time, route, ascents, descents used, and comments. So obviously you can record the basic information and then add any little bits of info you might want to keep and remember in years to come when you look back through things. Now, as I say, there's all these random line drawings that are just, well, completely randomly dropped in, which I don't know, I just think they're fantastic. And like I say, I've got one or two other books with these similar sort of old style drawings, and it just, I don't know, it's just a very nice little touch. And there's a few little comical things thrown in, and well, like I say, it's something that it's genuinely interesting to just flick through and have a look and see these different places and all the rest of it. Anyway, if we skip to the front, you'll see that yes, I have actually used this notebook, but well, I'll just open it to a nice double-page picture and tell you the history of this book. Now, I really did think this was a fantastic little book and idea when I was given it for Christmas in 2009, and that's obviously a few years ago now, and it doesn't look like it's been used much. And I started to write in it. Well, it was recording every single walk that I did. But then, unfortunately, at the start of 2010, pretty much straight away, I ended up having a second hernia. So once I was cut open and sorted, obviously that meant suddenly I wasn't able to just be out walking long distances all the time like I had been. So really, for a couple of months I was stuck inside. And obviously by the time I got back out into the wild world again, the sort of moment had passed and I'd completely forgotten about this book until the other day when a YouTuber by the name of 09umind, I believe their real name is Nick, reminded me when they were talking about getting a Moleskine as their sort of travel book. And, well, this sprung to my mind and I thought, people love notebooks and all the Moleskines and that sort of thing, and this is genuinely a fascinating little different type of book. And like I say, it's nice to have stuff like this to look back on, which I will have a look in the big Moleskine here in a second. But just looking at, well, traditionally I've for the last 4 or 5 years on Christmas Day go up the local area known as the racecourse, either walking or biking in the afternoon. So we've got Christmas Day as my first ever recorded walk. But there's a nice little one in here that I thought was quite a nice record. This was the 12th of January 2010, and it was a walk around the country lanes and over a few fields to somewhere called the Peniguelli Reservoir, which is an old local landmark. In 2010 we had a very harsh winter and a lot of very deep snow, the deepest I'd seen in my life up until that point, it's got to be said, and I had this to say on the matter. Me, Stu and Rob set off in good spirits, expecting deep snow. It turned out to be deeper than we could have imagined, easily well over waist-deep off-road. A farm gate was covered. You could randomly sink to the hip as we walked as well. Really cold, the reservoir was frozen over and snowed on. There was a hilarious snowman at the foot of the reservoir. Absolutely incredible, and will be talked about for decades for sure. The great winter of 2010. Obviously at that point, little did we know that in 3 years' time, 2013 would have some of the, well, literally the deepest snow by quite some margin that I've ever seen in my life. And, well, like I say, it's just nice to have something like this to look back on, and because it's all laid out perfectly and, well, with these other random little bits and pieces thrown in around, there's just something, well, I just really do enjoy it. The outside has got this plastic waterproof cover on, which obviously makes it a lot more suitable for taking out and about with you, as obviously, well, giving some level of protection against the elements is always a good thing. But yeah, I just think that's a fantastic little notebook. This video's gone on quite a while, so I think I will cut it short there. But what I have done recently is started to do a similar thing since buying Tilly, my little narrowboat that I'm currently on, is do a very similar thing, which is basically just a far more in-depth version of recording what's going on and where I've been and how boat life's coming along. So anyway, I'm currently turning this into a proper book. That should be out in the next month or so, so please stay tuned for that. And well, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you check out all my other notebook videos, and until the next time, have a great day, like the Facebook page, and farewell.